Are you giving me issues today, YouTube? You're giving me problems. You're gonna give me stress issues, YouTube? You alive? Perfect. Just adjusting some stuff. Yeah, I changed my setup a little bit, so I have to get used to things. I'm not used to you guys being up here. Um, let's continue. Yeah, now you're just on top of my new screen, so now I can actually focus directly.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark them well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands.
Helldiver. These guys fight for super?
Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang. He let me come with you. I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, falling like a...
Who do you think those soldiers were?
So, Lord Cook has
Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Look, there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehere. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that, then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal?
Would you rather be my squire?
Like, I could have referred to you as thine Flybit.
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, we'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you!
Uncle?
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two.
Come on.
Friend.
Wait, before the fighting starts. Scarf his food before the fight. Right.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Friend. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
Oh, take you!
Try it.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
It's you.
For your trouble.
I gotta love it. It's like, I got
Well,
money, we can
advice,
do whatever
miss,
the fuck we
that
want.
soup could do with a touch more salt.
Like this small bag of a fuck ton of money should be able to cover all the shit we broke.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine.
Clive?
He never ate his vegetables.
What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Rawlers said it themselves. Their guest is in the...
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means, the wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
Anything I can interest you in? An excellent choice. Thank you for your custom.
Crystal delivery's over. Get back to your homes.
Fighting for Gilbert's sake. You're a bear, aunt.
Anything I can help you with, traveler? Allow me. My good man, we're seeking to expand our business.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies.
Thank you. Oh, no.
What do you want?
I won't keep you long. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil.
Never heard of her. Is that...
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in...
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finder. The owner's it.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
How many times do I have to tell you? It's not a toy.
Can I help you?
Yeah, a long-standing...
Then you should ask Ferd. He's been here for years. Knows the... Try the baths.
Fang. Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Ferda knows.
Sweet incense. What wax candles?
Excuse me.
I am.
I hope so. You've lived here. Do you know Rosina Dalamil?
And what business?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll...
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think he trusts us.
Alright,
So you're the ones
ambush.
who've been sniffing. Don't play the stick your nose in our...
Who are you working for?
He wanted us... Though one could hardly...
Lord Ferda? Look what the...
You're skilled with a blade. It's a fitting talent.
You know who I... So what now? Call in the men of the rock and collect the bounty.
That isn't my... Our work... Take him to meet his precious Rosina.
To the Lock of Leisure, then. To the Lock of Leisure.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
The most fragrant herbs.
My carpets.
Is this the place?
Lubo's Forge. Ah, so much for Rosina Delamil being...
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second.
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff!
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you!
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. A word of advice in recompense. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Child's play. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right. Good luck, Uncle. I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil.
juiciest
to
meat.
a silken softness.
You wouldn't believe how much he
a
gave
cloud with a crust.
What can I do for you? Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the rock and the men of...
You have...
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. No, just leave.
Do you think they'll be back soon? You need a new dress?
Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
Do you have a moment?
Depends.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way.
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well, I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
What was all that crashing and banging?
Why is the tavern shut?
It's you. What do you want?
I'm looking for my pal.
The gentleman who was with you?
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him.
Let me treat you. I'm pretty flushed.
Huh?
Will this suffice?
By the sands.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I...
All right, but not here.
What are you doing? Care to explain?
Bait, my boy. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such... But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said...
So the pearl.
I thought they'd asked for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of...
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard, I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystal.
I'll wager you.
We'll meet with them then, and put an end.
It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Rosfield. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support if things turn sour.
Of course.
Fucking men of the wrong. Anytime they pull their snouts out of cookers' troughs when they want to lord it.
A 1,000 gil for a measly bunch of Gazal greens.
Won't you come and play, handsome?
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Do you think they'll be back soon? I need a new dress.
Light meat and dark, fresh from the kiln. The finest fabrics, fresh from the capital.
Quietly now. You're either brave or foolish. Stand a chance. I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, What guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord!
Double-crossing dogs! Kill them! Kill them both!
It's not over yet, Uncle!
Good! I'm just getting warmed up!
Stay down!
Lup. So I got a full stack of levels.
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice.
Greybeard, you were... Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly. Buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. Well?
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of addressing. Until you... Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon. It occurs to me that I still don't know your...
Clive.
Well, Clive, you held up your end of the book. To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. And those left behind have been...
Thank you. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from...
Oh, dear.
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord...
No. Thank you very...
Double the...
Here, wear this. Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you, Lubor.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that...
Omia Lostelan. Tuisakelis.
So they're birds that can communicate thoughts. Don't see how, like, I could see how that might have a communicative advantage between birds.
Or should I say, Clive? So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then.
Thank you.
Not at all.
Come on, Uncle.
Quest complete. Now we can make our way for Drake's Fang. Only took us 40 minutes. Yeah, I'm not doing any side quests here. I just want to move on.
Pits have
Take a sniff, sir. Fresh bread.
Okay.
Here, have a taste.
Plates and pots!
Bowls and silver platters.
Ha! They've opened the gate!
Lubor was true to his word.
Fang now, at least.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Talmeki and Walud are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. My man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in... If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost one Cid already.
I don't plan on dying.
Well, so long.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
Now we can press on. Don't tell me you put down roots.
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert. You'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
I will, Uncle.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am. And I'm sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms. I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers. Only later did I realize that spark of freedom did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father. You would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
You really are just like him, you know? Thank you, Clive, for coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew. Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band. Till then, my boy.
Till then, go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew. We have much to catch up on, you and I. I shall expect you to regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet. You can regale me too, Torgal.
I'm coming for you, Kupka.
We're gonna just hold off for a quick second. I just need to switch out some ice packs on my PlayStation. I'll be right back. Literally 30 seconds. Way better. Ah. On to Drake's Fang.
Fuck! 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 Why do they still hurt? What has that gutter rat done to me? Fuck! Out of my sight, witch! I'll kill you, Rossfield! I'll rip out your heart! I'll tear you limb from limb!
Peace, Hugo. The table shan't hurt you any longer.
He sought to humiliate me. Me! If you hadn't interfered, he would be dead!
You truly believe you would have triumphed had the battle continued?
Titan would have ground him into dust!
And how would he have done that without his head?
Shut up!
You weren't strong enough, and you call yourself a dominant. Or rather, you did.
You mock me, Harbert.
Do you see, Hugo? You are weak.
Fuck!
But so long as that fire burns within you, there is still hope. There may yet be a way for you to take your revenge.
Tell me, what must I do? Please, I'll do anything. Just tell me.
The heart.
What of it?
A Mother Crystal's heart is the most concentrated source of ether in all creation. Perhaps you could take advantage of that. Of course, the crystal would not yield her blessing to any ordinary man. But then, you are no ordinary man, are you, Hugo? Clive Rossfield stole your power, but others have suffered a similar fate, and still managed to find the strength to conjure their icon. Like Benedicta Harmon. She too drank of the ether and gained a power beyond human understanding.
She did. Benedicta. Benedict. I'll do it. My love. I'll avenge you.
Run along now, Hugo. You need only follow the light. Muthos is here. Very well, it shall be so. You may leave everything to me, Your Majesty.
Did the royalists bring them from Ash? Are the Beastmen part of the Waluda army now? How the hell did that happen? They've spotted us. Whipping tools. They've taken over the entire mine. Silence! So much for the men of the Rock. Dhalmekia's finest. No holding back. Slow. It's over. Animals. You should never have left Ash.
I don't know where they thought Odin could be balanced. Even in fucking New Game Plus, he's unbelievably powerful. So yeah, just fucking keep a level 5 Zentetsuken on hand as much as possible, and you'll basically be able to fucking insta-shot any room of enemies as long as none of them are heavies. And then the heavies are still got at least a fucking, like, what, a quarter of their HP knocked? Actually, it's probably around like a sixth or an eighth, but...
Stairs. This must be the way out.
Hey, buddies. Keep moving. Ah, first warlord. Like that's what these guys. Yeah, these guys are called warlords.
Past this one. How did it get in here?
Bullshit, likely. Yeah, fucked up my timing.
To me, boy.
Yeah, these guys just have kind of agitatingly long health bars. In this, it's like, yeah, like, and once dealing with multiple of them, you have to be like real, you have to be a real asshole with like hard stagger abilities. Yep, fucked up that timing alright. Ah, shit. That should cover it. Yep. Now this fits tight.
Kuka never did do things by halves. As if taking the Mother Crystal for his own wasn't enough. He had to build his castle in it.
Yeah, like, shouldn't this be fucking killing half the staff? Like, consistently? And they have to give us a boss fight before we go right to Titan. So what's the boss fight here? Like, I know Ultima's the one throwing out these guardians. Or is it just him?
Let the trial begin.
I don't remember this one. It might be one of the weird, like, fucking ghost mon. Oh, yeah, it's something Ultima's gonna pull out of his ass.
What the hell?
With me, Torkel.
Yeah, just an Undertaker. How effective of a boss so far.
Too slow.
Bro, let's just make this quick. The Undertaker is a very predictable moveset. They just keep... I personally just kept fucking it up.
Seems we're expected.
Yeah, I'll admit I have a problem of complaining a bunch when I'm sucking ass at something.
So this is the power of Muthos.
Did the orcs do this too? More of them. What the hell is going on? Are these things here for me? Or for him?
For both, I think. Get the raids out of here just so we can focus on the play. Oh great, fuck me.
Too slow.
There we go. That is that.
First orcs, now these nightmares. Is this your doing, Ultima?
Oh, this is the room where it drops 2 warlords on you, isn't it?
No mistakes.
Oh, bitches. I was wrong. Surprise, surprise.
Nice try.
I think this will actually kill him. Cool.
I needed that.
Fuck me. It was a lot. This room really is a much lower frame rate. I need a better computer. That's gonna be a chip process.
You've been busy, Kupka. But where did you go? The heart. He's in the sanctuary. I can feel it. Come on, Toggle. Just what I needed. That had better be the last of them.
Benedicta, my everything. I've missed you so much. Kuka!
Punch this camera angle, Square Enix.
We will never be parted again.
What's wrong with him?
It sees Ifrit.
Get away from her!
He's never even seen Ifrit though, so how the fuck would he know this illusion? Oh god, don't show me his phone.
Benedicta!
What is this? What were you guys thinking about this?
I'll kill you, Roswell!
Oh shit, he's priming. No, not now.
Orgel, you better get fucking running, dog.
Come on. Find him. You've done this before. You can do it again. Let the flames burn within you. No. Let them burn without.
Come to me, Ifrit!
So I'm pretty sure he's the fastest of them somehow. Like, Ifrit does seem like he's the fastest type. Even though he's not the biggest. I love how Titan's missing his hands. Like, it was just missing him at first.
Let's give this a try.
I fucked up. Eat a dick.
What the hell has he done?
Found to help me.
It's do or die! I'm coming, Kuka! time is past! And this day is over!
Oh. A normal Titan is still in there. No fucking Titan inhabiting himself like a mech.
for the Mother Crystal. If you can do it.
The literal whole bit in this fight is, oh, I can steal your shit. Is what I can do. Frickin', if I don't get my coronaries to burn out my fucking skull from this. Fucking finally. Yeah, that crippling brain tumor isn't really helping, is it? Bad joke, I know.
Is that you, Ultima? What do you want?
Your soul is tainted with worthless human will, yet your thirst for power remains undiminished. With every sip you take, you grow in strength, and soon you shall achieve perfection.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will accept us, Muthos. It is inevitable. You were created for this purpose, and you shall serve it.
Never!
Fight it, Clive! Don't let him in!
Consciousness. We see now. Human will is so insubstantial it cannot exist in isolation. You mitigate its weakness by interweaving it with your consciousness. We believed we had merely to purge you of your will to claim our vessel. It appears we first have to sever every thread of the consciousness that supports it. No matter. The time to build a new world is not yet upon us. We will contemplate.
Thank you, Joshua.
One can no more command the power of ether by drowning in its flood than one can constrain the tides by standing in the sea. I had thought Hugo wiser than this, but it seems his head was full of rocks after all.
Titan was strong.
Your Majesty.
But Mythos is stronger. For 5 years, that man lived only for revenge. Clinging fast to a fiction, even as it swept him into the abyss. One cannot change one's nature through force of will alone. Only the Almighty can do that.
Hugo Kupka, the man who gave his life for a woman's head. A fool like all the rest.
That the death of a mother crystal should be so beautiful.
Some medicine, my lord? I have salves, potions, anything you need.
Stop bothering me, urchin, or you'll feel the back of my hand.
He's just trying to sell medicine.
Health, my prince. If a show of force is needed to keep the Dalmex at bay, you may trust in your dragoons. I beg you to call on Bahamut only as a last resort. His strength comes at too great a cost.
The Empire agreed to an armistice with the Republic, and yet the Emperor still plots its ruin. For now, the Dalmex suspect nothing, and as long as I can hold their gaze, war need not be inevitable. But more than that, Bahamut is the champion of the Empire. When our people look to the heavens, the sight of him gives them hope. Forgive me, Terence. Would that you were my master. But alas.
I will always be your loyal servant.
Should the Council's brazen maneuvering prompt the Republic to tear up their own treaty and launch a new assault, our soldiers would advance to meet them, cutting across the Central Isles, but not in time to prevent their forces from breaching the southern defenses and storming Twinside. And so the capital would become a battlefield. Thousands of innocents would die. I cannot allow that to happen.
There is one small mercy, at least. You will not be forced to do battle with Titan.
Would that I could avoid doing battle at all.
1,000 pardons, Your Highness.
What is it?
Olivier has been made Emperor. What is the meaning of this?
Wouldn't he be like
My
8,
father's
10
orders.
at oldest?
What were they? Quickly!
Yes, Your Highness. His Radiance requests that Your Highness maintain position here and...
Ah! Terence.
Yes, my prince.
I must go to the palace.
I'll ready your steed.
What is it now?
Forgive the intrusion, Your Highness.
If it just rolls up like, I need words, dog.
At ease. We stand in the presence of the Phoenix. You wouldn't want to get your fingers burned.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. Though I admit, I did not expect such a distinguished guest.
How many years has it been since the Remembrance ceremony? 20?
I thought you long dead. Do I address a ghost?
Many have told me that I look like one. But no. I'm alive. Just. Prince Dion of the House Lesage, I have a tale to tell you.
I'd better give Otto the good news.
What ways need
What became of Kupka? Why haven't we heard?
What do you need? What do you want? Should last you a good while. No scratches, all right? You can thank me later.
Didn't mean to hit that.
Yeah, that should do you. Anything else?
Alright, now all the core abilities are upgraded, and I just have to focus on... Oh, this is so much. Like, what even... I'm trying to think of what's, like, the total math right now. That's 3,000, 7, 8, 9... So, right now, I'm saying a minimum of, like, 15,000. Species on metered now. Hey, shut the fuck up. I don't care.
How may I help you today, Clive? Your benefactors are a generous lot. All yours. Come again. I may have more for you.
How are you doing? Here you go. Seen enough?
Clive.
I am. And with...
Well, all of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's Fang had fallen. I expect that was
it.
One for this.
Welcome home.
It's good to be back.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto, any word on the Royalist movements since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know.
Thank you.
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident Physica suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash. Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home? The mother crystal of an allied nation. It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual detail. One must instead see the bigger picture.
There's only 2 crystals left.
The kingdom of Walud claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Walud shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Walud? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No, we have not seen the last of the Waluda standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalist betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means, well, not quite. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Just the wounds he left that night are still raw. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human.
I suppose we are. Blackthorn.
What is it?
I wanted to tell you. I'll try to live up to the name.
Well?
Nothing escapes you, it's true.
Good. And what can I do for you? It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. I'll be thankful you got that much.
Ah, Clive. Have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go.
All right, brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kuka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is...
But I saw him.
I don't... Alas, it seemed... To others...
A bringer of...
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself. But until I do...
Thank you. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
Thanks to Sid. The man
Thank
who
you,
hurt your mother.
Clive. You look like you could do with a drink.
That's what we like. Knock 'em back, everyone. Sid's buying. Oh, you're not leaving already, are you?
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips. Hugo Kupka is dead.
barely sat down since you came up.
Just spreading the word.
So, the professor...
No. She was right, though.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing, not least of all Sid. Well, when she's been going at it hammer and tongs down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember...
Very well. I'll suggest it.
Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engine. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood. And more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack... I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the ship. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Good old Clive. First things first, I need some parts meching. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides, that stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn.
I don't know how you can't just fucking walk like 20 feet. But...
Luckily.
I went up to give some greens to the chocolate.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Hell with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. I'd spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
Krieger's teats. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy, though. And I'll need help. Get Gavin-Otto in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking, which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work now. There's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Valcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying.
Well, we'll get it done quick. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from the...
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where. You going up? Which one of these two lucky...
Gav.
All right, then. So,
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcro.
southern reaches of the Vel. I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring us a wagon to bring the stuff back to...
All right.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest.
You two, eh?
Fleece me.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav? Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's plan, but if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what...
Then let's get bagging.
We shall.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me. That should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
You finished?
Enough.
Oh, you win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat? Feels like ages since we had the chance to...
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain. Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me where, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you. Right. That's enough. We'd better get this lot.
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest.
Oh, after Blackthorn.
Right. Ready to go home? Blackthorn.
Yeah. Cheers for the stardust.
We should go out. You know, it beats sneaking around on your Todd all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It'll take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Suppose we'd better be getting...
Give us
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased.
Excellent.
So,
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing...
salvage from the ruins. I thought that material was...
Ah, but we don't...
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name?
Oh.
Yes.
I'll show you. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce smoke. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, in other words, the reactor would over... This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from...
You can stop there. Mid said we might be able to... Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbit. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them.
I see. Would that help?
Oh, I'll get...
Good day to you.
crystals we get from the tail are all but worthless.
It's not just the crystals. Bearers are having with their magnets as well.
Oh, the ruins?
Of course. Anybody home? This must be our on one. The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid!
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you.
All right.
really happy for this just return to the quest giver thing that they added.
Helena.
Excellent.
And just...
Right.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship up, which is why you need proper shield. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but the helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even start. I need something light. But I've wrapped my brain...
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek.
Tomes? Yeah, I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him?
Right away.
I think Mid might need some help.
Ugh, I'm never
I'll pop for you, Clyde. Well, actually, it's for Mid. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have, but Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelisk complains that without a constant supply of... I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moondew. It is said to be able to resist it. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you...
So you need a hand?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would... So, who will...
Very well. So then.
I have taken the
White chocobo eggs. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here seems very... I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects, so much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway.
I will.
You two enjoy yourself.
You too, Ty. Now, where's Jill?
Slavers don't even bother with Northridge.
Them pilchers nice and chilled.
Are those Pepio nuts?
How goes the Humphrey?
I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all. Why don't we split up and see?
All right.
How about you look for the... I'll find the other thing.
Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin in... Fresh cuts! Come and get them before...
Any friend of the innkeeper is a friend of mine. Ah, yes.
How the hell is anyone's...
What do you want? And?
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
Did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Garlic. Now all that... But before... Thank you for asking me to help you today.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember? Walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells.
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. Wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Is there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham, and it was just... Oh.
You all right?
Sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done, when we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive. Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
How's work?
Well, very I was.
You can count.
What about work? Thank you.
Right then. Of course. Oh, and thank you. It was nice just being with you.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the Moondew are ready, It will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other, followed by a rigorous process of testing, and perhaps someone ought to warn.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates. Well... I'd better go and give Mid the good news then. Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. He's supervising the construction and test.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding...
Displacement.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's crap. Let's take this out. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
It's finished! It's final.
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry?
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, Ice. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourself.
My shoulder hurts. You got any more work, you're welcome to. Fuck yourself. God, I know that feeling.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Thinking about the Enterprise, searching for a land untouched by the Black. So if the work... That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance, but now she's so close to being finished. I don't want it to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to. I want people to sail aboard her in a world where we're not just trying to survive.
I'm working, and I'll do everything I can.
All right. As soon as the Enterprise has sod our plans,
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's...
He'd be proud of you.
You're gonna...
I was.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming.
Aye, Cap.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
All right, Clive. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one front.
She said...
She...
Clive, were you born yet? She'll probably be halfway to Kent.
Mid.
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
Obolus.
Yep. You in a hurry and all, are ya? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the... Got some life in. But anyway, I was on my... Got a letter, urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I...
Thank you, Oberle.
Don't mention.
What tidings, Uncle?
Dear boy, my journey to Canberra has been a resounding success. The friend I mentioned not only agreed to share the contents of the strong box with us, but has considerable knowledge of the goings on in the free cities, by which I learned of the endeavors of a certain young friend of yours. Though I, for one, believe Miss Telemon's project to be quite the valiant enterprise, I doubt the Canbrian authorities will take kindly to the unauthorized use of their dockyards. No matter how deserted, and if rumor has it already reached my friend, it may not be long before the guild masters are rapping at our door. Which is why I pen you this note. I'd like to borrow your man Gav for a moon or two, that he might be able to keep watch on those who might mean our little fellowship ill, and warn us of any impending attack. I trust that you will give this proposal your full consideration. Your loving Uncle Byron. There.
Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need...
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off it?
Well, nothing but the next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before...
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Got to admit, the dirty work was kind of just like when we built this place. Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Ross...
Gav will be leaving with me.
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others more.
Oh, by the way, Jill, she's got some things to take care of, but...
I hope she's telling the truth. Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go? With them? Oh, thanks, Nan!
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot! There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?
Alright. Oh, we're gonna call that it for today. Yeah, my console's burning up, and I'm sweating my ass off. Yeah, we're gonna... Oof, it's fucking... a lot. Yeah, so... I'll be back tomorrow, and tomorrow's goal post is to probably make it up to Bahamut. I might end up fighting Bahamut next time. I'm worried about that because it's it's the boss fight that stresses the console the hardest, but I hope the newer, like better, more efficient setup with the camera is better and all. So, goodbye.